The chemistry section is comprised of scientists and laboratory technicians that work together to analyze items of submitted evidence to determine the presence or absence of controlled substances. Additionally, our team of analysts provides expert testimony to the courts and supplies the courts and other state agencies with factual drug information as needed. The majority of our testing is qualitative testing. In qualitative testing, the identity of a drug is determined. Lab scientists also provide the weight of submitted substances to the customers in an official report. In some instances, the law requires a quantitation of substances, and in those cases, we will run testing that determines the purity of submitted drugs. An array of instrumentation is used, including preliminary techniques and confirmatory tests. Some of the instruments encountered during the course of analysis are gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, or GCMS, thin layer chromatography, or TLC, high performance liquid chromatography, or HPLC, ultraviolet spectroscopy, or UV, infrared spectroscopy, or IR, and many others. We train our analysts to be able to operate and maintain state-of-the-art technology in our section. Out of all of our instrumentation utilized, GCMS is the most used instrument in chemistry. The GCMS instrument is an extremely large oven. Its method of use involves a liquid sample being introduced into the instrument to get heated, turning the liquid sample into a gas sample. After the gas sample runs through the instrument, a scientist gets data as to how many parts are in the drug sample and a picture of those parts. Those pictures are later compared to a reference for identification. Fire debris analysis is a specialized service within the chemistry section. This analysis provides law enforcement and fire investigators with information concerning the possible use of ignitable liquids at a fire scene. This information will aid a fire investigator in determining whether a fire started due to an accelerant or was ignited by accidental causes. The chemistry section statewide receives over 30,000 drug submissions, with approximately 3,000 submissions in each regional laboratory and 15,000 drug submissions at our headquarters laboratory. Over the years, the section has seen many changes in drug trends. In the early 70s to early 80s, Quaaludes or methacrolone were very popular. Quaaludes were replaced with the trend in Valium or diazepam during the 80s decade. Also in the early 80s, powder cocaine came onto the scene until the mid-80s when crack cocaine took over. In the mid-90s, the lab began to see Xanax or alprazolam, while in the late 90s, it began to see methamphetamine. In the early 2000s, prescription narcotics like oxycodone and hydrocodone gained popularity. Today still, two of the most common drug cases tested are cocaine and methamphetamine. After marijuana, they remain two of the most commonly seized illegal drugs in Georgia. Our section also deals with the testing of a multitude of ecstasy and ecstasy-like drugs and prescription drugs. It is imperative that our scientists remain proficient and continue to receive ongoing training to keep up with the constantly changing drug trends.